So Facebook has made a minor change to their offering, where now an individual is able to specify what kind of a reaction they have to any article or meme that has been posted. On the surface, it seems like something trivial and inconsequential. That was a tautology there for you. But there are repercussions that are apparent immediately. One is that a con of this change is that for any given article, there's always 3 reactions presented at the bottom of the article. So previously you would have, this article has 7,000 likes, let's say. Whereas now you have, this article has likes, hearts, and sad faces. Or this article has likes, loves, and angry faces. That's fine, but the issue with that is that in it being a static number, that it's 3, that there's no condition to whether or not those reactions are recorded or presented, is that you have a misrepresented scaling of the reactions to these articles. You can dig down and find out the nuances to those reactions. For instance, an article I was just reading, there was a total of 3,600 responses through a reaction click to this article. The breakdown underneath it was likes, loves, and angry faces. So on face value, it looks like there's a significant portion of people who viewed that article that were angry about it. But if you break it down, the likes were 3.3, there were 3,300, and the loves was something like 200. That leaves very little to be represented by the angry faces, but the angry faces had equal representation to the people that enjoyed the article. So on face value, someone who disagrees with that article may feel that they are part of, not the majority per se, but that they are on par with the other 2 options.
Using this article as an example, we have here a headline, Harper's former chief of staff pushes for proportional representation. We have likes in the form of these different reactions, and they're divided up into the likes, which has a total of 208 people, the angry faces, which has a total of 6 people, and the loves, which has a total of 4 people. So if you add the loves with the likes, you end up with 212 of the 220 people that have responded to this. But based on the display of emoticons, you would assume that angry is almost equal to the likes. But in reality, the likes and loves make up 96% of the respondents to this article.
And that is absolutely not the case. It may seem harmless on the surface, but there are deeper implications when someone is just scanning through pages and you see some article that may be a recent one that was just posted was the 2 Canadian naval combat forces kissing for the first time in whatever months after one was out to sea, or doesn't matter. But okay, absolutely an article like that is going to attract some hate mongers. But when two of the options for liking it are like two of the possibilities, if you appreciate it, are like and love, and then the others don't really make sense, then if everyone that views the article chooses like and love, the third option, there's like, it could be 2 or 5, and that will be also represented underneath this article. So you may have like a 95% consensus that people like it, a 4% consensus that people love it, and then a 1% group that hates it. That is presented as one of the 3 options equally to the other 2, and that, I don't know, I feel like that when a lot of people get their information about the world and ingest their news sources through something like Facebook, that can skew a person's perspective on how represented they are. Their I don't want to say ignorance, but their views are represented when maybe actually they are an extreme minority. A pro of it, however, is that conversely, when looking at an article, you would have likes, and it would just be a C. Likes are kind of were inconsequential in that you don't know if someone's liking it because it's funny, because it speaks to them, or you like that someone is exposing something horrible. So likes they weren't tied to any one side or the other. Where you would go for nuance was to comments. But the problem with comments is that it is overrun with people who feel very extremely about that topic. Someone who disagrees with something minorly, they don't have the motivation to go beyond clicking like or not clicking like. They don't have the motivation to write out a whole spiel in the comment section. So you're getting a disproportionate representation of the people that are extreme, and those voices will command the dialogue. They'll overtake the discourse, and you won't have that being the only nuance you see might lead you to believe that, oh, everyone that talks about this topic is crazy, or everyone is just so ignorant about these topics. But then now with this new feature to delineate between if you love it or you like it or you think it's silly or it's sad or whatever, you can now look, okay, we have 3,000 people that absolutely like this, and we have less than 20 that are angry by it. You may see angry comments in the comment section dominating, but you know on face value, oh, there is a extremely higher representation of people that are for this concept than against it. But you wouldn't have otherwise got that impression from looking through the comment section. So it's definitely not a perfect system, but it may be a step in the right direction. Testing. So Mace Duck